January 27, 1998. A man and woman entered the adults-only video store in Ontario. They found silence and blood. Behind the counter lay 23-year-old Renee Sweeney, a local music student, stabbed 27 times. A violent struggle was evident. Video boxes were scattered across the floor. The phone was off the hook. Blood was on the counter, on the cash tray, and on the floor where Sweeney collapsed. A police dog tracked a scent and discovered a blood-soaked teal High Sierra jacket and a pair of white cotton gardening gloves. Forensic testing confirmed the blood on the jacket belonged to Sweeney. Under her fingernails, analysts found traces of male DNA. 2 bloody fingerprints were recovered from the cash tray, but in 1998 the technology couldn't connect them to anyone. Witness accounts led to sketches of suspects, but the case went cold. Detectives initially focused on a local man, John Federley, after a witness identified him from a photo lineup. He was arrested and charged with murder, but the case quickly unraveled. Forensic testing couldn't link him to the crime scene, and the charge was withdrawn. Years later, when DNA analysis advanced, investigators collected his discard DNA from cigarette butts. The results excluded him completely. In 2018, police turned to a new tool, genetic genealogy. They partnered with Parabon Nanolabs, who produced a digital composite image of the suspect, the first of its kind released in Canada. Parabon's genealogical work went further, comparing the unknown DNA to public databases. They identified 2 extended family networks, Secord and McAllister. The family trees intersected in one man, Robert Wright Sr. The killer was likely his biological child. Investigators began covertly collecting discard DNA, items like cigarette butts and tissues discarded by the Wright family. Testing showed that Wendy Wright was consistent with being the maternal parent of the person whose DNA was found under Sweeney's fingernails and on the jacket. Her husband, Robert Sr., and son Christopher were tested next, proving the DNA could only have come from within that immediate family. The statistical probability was placed at less than 1 in a trillion. Surveillance was placed on the other son, Robert Stephen Wright. Police watched him discard a cigarette and recovered it. The match was absolute. His DNA profile was identical to that from the crime scene. The 2 bloody fingerprints on the cash tray were also conclusively matched to his right index finger and left thumb. Wright was arrested and charged. At his 2023 trial, he took the stand in his own defense. He admitted being in the store and running, but claimed he had merely discovered the body, panicked after checking for a pulse and getting blood on his gloves, and fled. He called it the worst decision of my life. He denied the murder, stealing cash, or knowing how his fingerprints got under the cash tray. Prosecutors argued the gloves and 27 stab wounds showed intent, not panic. They demanded to know how his DNA came to be mixed with Sweeney's blood under her fingernails if he hadn't fought with her. After less than 2 days of deliberation, the jury found Robert Stephen Wright guilty of second-degree murder. He was sentenced to life in prison with parole eligibility after 12 years. He has filed an appeal. May Renee rest in peace. What do you think? Do you believe his story? What about the DNA and witness sketches? Kindly consider giving a like and subscribe.